Hello and welcome to the Alexandra Wenman Show and my series on the Archangels. And today I want to talk to you about a really beautiful Archangel by the name of Jophiel. In fact, Jophiel is actually known as the Angel of Beauty. His or her name means beauty of God in the sacred Hebrew language. So the color that I associate with Jophiel is the color yellow, like a beautiful, vibrant lemon yellow. You might notice I'm wearing my yellow in honor of Jophiel today. But Jophiel is very much associated also with the emotion of joy and bringing more joy into your life. Jophiel can help you to see any situation in your life from a more joyful and beautiful perspective. So it's also a good idea to call on Jophiel if you find that your ego is perhaps running away with you, or maybe you're being a little bit righteous about a situation. If you need help to see things from a different perspective, Jophiel can help you to see the godliness and the beauty within anyone, everyone, and every situation. So if you've had a falling out with somebody and you're finding it a little bit hard to see the divine within them, call on Jophiel to help you to take a little bit of a higher perspective on the situation and to be able to see God within that person and to see that person as a reflection of you yourself. Because everyone that we come up against in our life, or everyone that we connect with in our life, is always a mirror to what's really going on within us, including any situations in our life. It doesn't have to be a person, it could be a situation. Perhaps you're going through a little bit of a difficult time and you're finding it difficult to see the blessing in your current situation. Jophiel can come in with a really beautiful yellow gold light to help illuminate the blessing in that situation. So perhaps you're unable to understand why you're in a particular situation and you're finding it difficult to ascertain what on earth you're doing there and what the universe has in store for you. You can ask Jophiel to illuminate your mind with this beautiful yellow gold light and to shed a little light on what that situation has to gift you with. The other thing that Jophiel is amazing for is calling on Jophiel to enhance your creative gifts and talents. Jophiel is very connected with artists and poets and writers and people who bring beauty to the world. So being a Libran, I'm very into beauty. Librans are known for seeing the beauty in the world, so I feel very connected to Archangel Jophiel, especially when it comes to being close to nature. I like to write poetry and I love going to art galleries and anything connected with beauty. Anything that kind of elevates your spirit or brings you joy, the little simple things in life. It could even be something as simple as a daffodil, the first daffodil of spring, that can bring that simplicity of beauty into your life. And this is the essence of Archangel Jophiel. Jophiel can help to illuminate your heart if you've been feeling a little bit heavy. Also, if there's been any conflict in your life, ask Jophiel to come in and to illuminate the situation with more lightheartedness, more joy, more laughter, to lift your spirits and to lift the spirits of anyone else involved. The color yellow also is very connected with your solar plexus chakra, which I think you can just see on here on my little chakra chart. This color yellow is connected with your power center. So you can be in your power without having to be forceful or angry or brutish or aggressive. You can be in your power through the energy of love. Sometimes love is about standing for something and saying no, and sometimes love is about being more gentle. Sometimes you can take a more gentle approach, and that can be the more powerful way to deal with the situation. But Jophiel will help you to navigate any of those situations with grace and ease and with more joy and upliftment in your heart. Jophiel is also an illuminator of divine wisdom. This angel can bring you much clearer access to your higher mind. This angel can help you to access a more enlightened viewpoint of the world around you, so to come at your life from a more angelic perspective. And again, with that sense of joy, with that sense of higher vibration, higher perspective, higher upliftment. And Jophiel can help you to access more of your own innate creative and healing gifts. And again, through the energy of joy, of fun, of laughter, of beauty and simplicity. Likewise, if you're ever bearing witness to a situation where a person or a situation that seems to be lacking in joy, you can ask Jophiel to send yellow light into that situation. So if people around you are arguing or not seeing eye to eye, or if you're kind of feeling, you walk into a room and you can just sense the energy's a bit low or that people are a bit down in the dumps, you can send Jophiel to illuminate that space with the energy of joy and that beautiful, vibrant yellow light. So we're going to do a little process now to help you connect to Archangel Jophiel and to some of your own higher divine wisdom through the energy of Archangel Jophiel. So I'm going to invite you just to allow your eyes to close. And I want you to imagine that you are surrounded by a huge column or pillar of pure white light. And just allow this light to connect you right down beyond your feet into the crystalline heart of beloved Mother Earth. And feel that column stretching all the way up into infinite source above you, into the heavens above you, so that you are the center of your universe. You are connected above and below to Divine Mother and Father, Divine Feminine and Masculine. And this is your light. This is not separate to you. This is the truth of who you are. And it is the light of unconditional love. So I want you to start to breathe this light into your heart space. And then just start to imagine a very soft, pale, lemony yellow light beginning to infuse that pillar of light as we invoke in the energy of Archangel Jophiel. And again, acknowledging that Jophiel, the angel, is not separate to you. It's a state of consciousness. It is part of your own vibration because you are part of the divine. So when you're invoking this angel, it may seem like a being that's coming from outside of you, but it is also a state of mind. It is also part of your own essence, and you're just accessing that facet of your own divinity when you invoke this energy. Just saying the word Jophiel will invoke the beauty of God, the beauty of the divine, the beauty that is you, that is part of your own pure truth and your own pure essence. So as you start to breathe in this yellow light, you can start to allow your senses to awaken to any associations you have with that yellow color. So I like to imagine I can smell lemons. And lemons, the smell of lemons is a very zesty, vibrant, uplifting smell. So again, it holds that energy of joy. And it reminds me of that saying, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. And it's so true. Jophiel is like the lemonade of the angel world, if there was such a thing. It's the bubbly, effervescent, lemony, zesty, uplifting kind of zingy energy. So the fragrance of lemon is really, really the smell that I associate with Jophiel. And I also think of the yellow of the sunlight. And you can imagine that you're reaching up and bringing a ball of sun down and putting it in your power center, into your solar plexus, illuminating that area and uplifting and just blazing away. Just imagine that light pulsating and blazing away any stuck or trapped emotions. We're not getting rid of them really, we're just transmuting them back into love. And this light will also illuminate any stuck emotions that you might not be aware that you're carrying, and so that you might start to feel emotions come to the surface, but that's totally okay as long as you feel them with love and don't see them as a negative thing. Our emotions are always a blessing, no matter how dense, no matter how overwhelming. If you acknowledge the emotion and you allow it to come up and you allow yourself to feel it, it can often be your teacher. So connecting in with whatever emotion is predominantly presenting itself for you here at this time, just see if you can ask yourself, just tune in and ask yourself, how am I feeling in this moment? And then ask Jophiel to illuminate what that emotion is. If there's an emotion that's trapped or that needs looking at, ask for that emotion to gently be brought to your attention. If it's a positive emotion, ask Jophiel to bring it to your attention even more so that it can be amplified and illuminated and expanded within your energy field so that you can have more of that positive emotion. So you can have it there in your toolkit for any day that you need to call on it, because we can choose our emotions at any given time. Say you're feeling blue and you need to feel a feeling of joy or a feeling of comfort, you can call on that emotion. Anytime you amplify it, it will be able to be called into your memory banks again and felt just through your choice. We can use our imagination at any given time to create the world and the life that we want. So, if you're feeling down, imagine, just use your imagination. What if I could feel different in this moment? What if I could imagine I was feeling joyful? And remember the last time you felt joyful. Remember the last time life felt easy or you celebrated something. And ask Jophiel to bring that energy into your energy field. So then I like to imagine all the other associations I have with the color yellow. And the first thing that comes to mind is the daffodil. And as I film this, it's springtime in London. There's lots of yellow daffodils coming out. And it's like that first sign of hope, that first, oh yes, spring's here, summer's on the way, the winter is done, we're coming into new energy, we're coming into that vibrant sunshine energy. We're feeling uplifted and glad once again. And it carries a sense of excitement. There's a really good trick as well. Every emotion that you have has a positive and negative counterpart. So if you're feeling nervous or anxious, see if you can transform that energy into excitement. They sort of have the same physiological effect, only one is kind of more contracting and blocking and the other one is more expansive. So if there's something coming up and you're a little bit nervous about it, it could be even something like a wedding or the birth of a baby. Just imagine that you can take that nervousness and that anxious energy and tell yourself it's not nervousness, it's excitement, or I'm choosing to transform this nervousness into excitement. And you can do that with any emotion. Every emotion has a positive counterpart. If you're feeling guilt, turn that into forgiveness. Turn sadness into happiness. Turn boredom into excitement for the possibilities of what could be. So allow yourself to imagine you're becoming like a sponge, drinking in this yellow light of Jophiel, and breathe the yellow light into your heart. And then what you can do is you can send this yellow light like a lighthouse, sweep it around your whole life, send it out to everyone and everything that you know, to fill your whole universe with more and more joy and upliftment. You can send it also to other places on the planet. So you could think of places where there is a lack of joy or a lack of illumination or a lack of upliftment, and ask Jophiel to bless that place, to bring more beauty into the lives of anybody who might be lacking in beauty. As we know, there's a lot of intense stuff going on in the world at the moment. There are a lot of children suffering on our planet at the moment. And if you think about your childhood, you might be drawn to stressful times in your childhood, but you might have also had some really beautiful moments in your childhood. And think about the children that have had to struggle and suffer since birth. On some level, their soul has chosen this, but you can ask to alleviate this. You can ask the angels to take the energy of Archangel Jophiel to just help them find the simplest energy of joy in the little things. And that every little helps. You might not think you're making a difference. You might not think a thought could make a difference, or you might not think that an intention could make a difference, but actually our intention is powerful. You are the center of your planet. You are the center of your world, your universe. And energy flows where intention goes. So if we look at what's going on in the world and we think, oh, it's all bad, it's all hopeless, it's all going to fall apart, then that creates more of the same. But if you start to focus your intention and see, well, that's not so great, but what's good is look at all the people coming together to help these other people. Look at the way that the world is changing. Look at how much more open-minded we are. We've come a long way since the Middle Ages. So we have actually progressed, and if you start to see it from that perspective, we're going to progress faster. The more of us in collective consciousness that can see things from an illuminated, heightened perspective and see the glass as more, as half full, not half empty. See things from a more positive perspective. See the blessing in every situation, and that means you will start to attract more of the same, because like attracts like. Positive emotions attract positive experiences, and vice versa. So ask Jophiel to help transform anything that is stuck or blocking you into its positive counterpart, to show you the way through it by illuminating your heart and mind, and to help you find more joy and beauty in your everyday life. And definitely one of the ways that you can do this is just giving yourself a little bit more time to have fun. How often as adults do we give ourselves playtime? I more and more these days make time for play. I need to write my poetry. I need to spend time with friends. I need to just have a normal life, because we get caught up in this rat race. I was coming home yesterday and I got caught in rush hour, and there were people jogging, there were people running to the gym, people running for the tube, everyone in this frenzied, blinkered kind of got to get somewhere, got to get home. And they've, most of them have been probably in an office working all day. And, in the way that society is at the moment, we're on this treadmill, it's work, exercise, eat, sleep, work, carry on. We're churning through energy, and we're not giving ourselves time to replenish our energy. So if you meditate on Jophiel in this yellow light, it will also begin to replenish your stores of positive energy, positive emotion, upliftment, higher vibration, and to help you to feel a lighter sense of being. So to just dissolve some of that heavy load, just hand it over to Jophiel and the angels for transmutation. And if you want, you can pause this video and stay in this energy for as long as you like, this beautiful yellow illuminated energy. And you can ask for any personal messages from Jophiel as well. I like to, when I've received a message from an angel or a being of light, I ask them to give me a symbol or a small gift in my left hand, and then as I imagine, you just use your imagination. What if you could imagine Jophiel was giving you a gift as a symbol for having been here with you today, as validation that you have indeed had this experience? Take note of what that gift or that symbol is, place it in your heart for safekeeping, and more often than not, you will see this symbol or this gift somewhere in your physical reality within the coming days and weeks as a sign from Jophiel and your higher self that you have indeed had this experience. So you could ask Jophiel, do you have a personal message for me? What do I need to know at this time? And imagine what that angel is saying to you. All of this information is within you. It is within your divine higher consciousness. Again, there's no separation between you and the angel. So it's a part of you that is speaking with you here and now. So tuning into your heart for a personal message from Archangel Jophiel. I love it. I'm being given the word buoyancy. So meditate on the word buoyancy. What does that mean for you? What does it feel like to be more buoyant in the world? And I guess it's like something bobbing on the ocean. It's fluid, it's flowing, it's easy, and you're just allowing the waves to carry you wherever you need to go, but with knowing that you're never going to sink. You're always going to stay buoyant. You'll always stay held and carried and protected. And when you're finished, just imagine you're drinking in that yellow light. Thank Jophiel for the message. Thank Jophiel for everything that you have received here today. And we just ask Jophiel to bring any other gifts or messages or wisdom that we need in this space and this time, even if we're not aware of what that is, that it will become apparent to us in the coming days and weeks. And then we ask the angel just to gently withdraw his or her energy. Allow the pillar of light to turn white again around you. Just rinse yourself off in white light. And then just let that pillar of light dissolve, shrink your energy in nice and close to your body. Ground yourself by placing your attention either in the lower belly or down in your feet. Really feel the weight of your body. You want to be really grounded in your body in the here and now. So shrink your energy in and down. And then just imagine you're placing a cloak of protection over yourself, or a cloak of safety. I do indigo with Archangel Michael. Sometimes I imagine the cloak is weighted with lead. Lead is a natural metal that is also very protective. If you think about the fact that they use lead when they're doing x-rays and things to protect the body, it is the energy of lead. If you invoke it, will come into your energy field and protect it. So I imagine I'm wearing an indigo lead-lined cloak, especially when I'm going out in public and there's a lot of energies flying around. It's not to protect against anything, it's just to keep your energy nice and safely boundaried from anything else or anyone else. So I just want to say thank you to all of the viewers for watching this video on Archangel Jophiel, and thank you to Archangel Jophiel for being present for each of us here today. And I wish you a really beautiful day filled with joy and upliftment and many blessings. Thank you for watching.